All right, so the Sharks lost in a shootout. Kind of a tough one to take in. I feel like we've had so many losses like this year. We lost to the St. Louis Blues 2-1, and like I said, in a shootout. And a common theme I've seen with the Blues games is they're very close. It's either an overtime loss slash win for us, or a very like one goal deciding game. So kind of an interesting takeaway from that. But yeah, as this game went, there was no score in the first period. Sharks missed out on opportunities, which is kind of annoying. Like, our power play wasn't super aggressive, which was kind of aggravating at times. And Martin Jones, throughout the game and in the first period too, he looked really good out there. And it was a little bit shocking because, you know, he struggled before, but he played well. And it just sucks that we came up short. In the second, the Sharks opened up the scoring with a Ryan Donato goal with 5 minutes left in the period, assisted by Tomas Hertl and Sorensen. And it looked good because he played really aggressive in this game. Like, in the game overall, Donato led the team with shots on goal. He had 4 shots on goal, obviously had the goal itself. And it was his 4th goal of the year, and he needed this one because it was his first goal in 21 games, so kind of a goal drought. But like I said, 4th goal of the year for Donato, so good to see that out there. And that would be the only scoring in the second period. Now we fast forward to the third period. Sharks are on the power play. There's about 30 seconds left on the power play. Guess what happens? The Blues score on shorthanded on that power play, which is really annoying because that was probably our defense's fault. They're too focused. You know, they're not good at like making transition. They're too focused on just getting to that net, and Jones is there by himself. He can't stop a breakaway. So they scored on that, which is really annoying. And there was only 14 minutes left in the period, so we really should have stopped them. But like I said, you know, they scored. There's 14 minutes left, and the goal was by Bozak, and it was assisted by Clifford, and that was it. It was assisted by Clifford. So then we go to overtime. The Sharks have chances. They have power plays. They can't get it done. No score in overtime. It was kind of annoying because, like I said, we had a power play for basically the rest of the period with about just over I think it was about 2.5 minutes left. We had a power play, yet we couldn't score, and that would have won the game as it was in overtime. And the shootout was a little bit aggravating because Jones, like I said, he played good the whole game, but in the shootout, unfortunately, he couldn't really step up. The first shot was actually a miss by the Blues. It was a pretty good deflection by Jones. It was by Perron. And then the next shooter would be Donato for the Sharks. He had a goal, so they probably just let him do it because he had a goal earlier. He missed it a little bit wide, and then we go to the third shot by the Blues. It was by Braden Shen. He scored for St. Louis to put them up. But then Logan Couture, our captain, he responded and evened it up with a score next. Then Tarasenko scored up next on a tough angle. He came right around the side and somehow put it in, put the Blues up. And then LeBanc had the final shot, and it was kind of a sloppy shot in my opinion. He couldn't extend the game, and he missed the shot. And the Sharks lost, so we do get a point, but the Blues get 2. So that's kind of annoying. I have 3 takeaways from this. 1, Jones played good in regulation, and he made some great saves, so kudos to him. Second takeaway, Donato really needed that goal. I'm really happy he got it because, you know, when you don't score a goal for like what was it, 21 games, your self-esteem is going to go down a little bit, and it's, you know, Sharks are losing too. So I'm glad he did that too. And then my third takeaway, and this is probably most importantly, we got to increase our defense. Like, I feel like when you allow a goal shorthanded on your own power play, that's straight up embarrassing. Like, you're on the power play, you have an extra man, and they score on you. And that's all because of the defense. I mean, there's only so much Jones can do, right? And when we're on the power play, Jones isn't completely in goalie mode. He's, you know, looking out, not, you know, it's power play is meant for scoring. So that was a little bit frustrating. So now we move to 11, 13, and 4. Like I said, we do get a point, but the Blues get 2. And, I mean, we're not that far behind the Blues, so it would have been nice to win this. And like I said, a lot of these games against the Blues are close. Like, the last time we played them, we beat them in overtime. So there you go. The Blues moved to 15, 10, and 5, and we're going to play them again tomorrow at 6. So that'll be pretty interesting. And looking at the standings, I think we're still second to last, so we got to make a push now. But we wore the reverse retros. We don't play super good in our reverse retros. But let me know what you guys think. Go Sharks.